Love and light, love and light, love and light to all. Love and light. Open up your mics and let's get that good high energy going. That
Love
love
and
frequency. How
light.
many in the
Love and
love
light,
frequency
I
on
do
everyone.
do
today?
love and
I
light.
Love and
do.
light.
Light,
Love and
I
light.
Love and
do.
light.
I
Light,
do.
Love and
What
light.
do
love,
do?
light,
Light,
light.
Love and light,
Welcome,
man.
love and
welcome,
light.
welcome to
Oh,
the
what you
game
don't know her.
changer.
Love and
Yes,
light.
yes,
What do
yes.
do?
Love and light, family.
Love and light to the bear.
Love
Love
and
I'm
and
light,
light.
here. Let
love
me
and
take my
light.
hat off.
Oh, yes, let's get ready. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. Who's
Yes, ma'am.
ready for the game changer? Welcome to the game changer with Big Mama and Chief Pontiac. Everybody ready to be enlightened today? Yes,
Yay!
yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes,
Always.
yes, yes.
Ashe,
I
Ashe,
feel the
I
Ashe.
I
say, I
feel the
say, I
energy.
say. Go
Ashe,
for it.
Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe.
Let me see if Bridget have any announcements. Do we have any announcements for today? Bridget, you ready? Okay, okay. We're gonna go. We're gonna as we get ready for Mama Big Mama to come on and Chief Pontiac to come on, we'll have a little intro as we prepare for the 12 cosmic laws. We're gonna run a quick commercial for you, real quick about the 12 cosmic laws that's coming up as Big Mama and Chief Pontiac get ready. Now I'm going to turn it over to Sister Hugh Harmony. Here we go. Here we go. Enjoy.
Calling all clan mothers and matriarchs across the planet. We invite you to join us for our 12 Universal Cosmic Laws course. Starting this spring, March 21st, 2026. Every Saturday for 6 weeks. 6 consecutive sessions. Each session will cover 2 laws, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There is no fee to join for all women 18 plus years of age. Please visit www.shalagiturtleisland.org to enroll. For questions or concerns, call 1-888-487-5559, extension 11, or contact clanmothercommittee@gmail.com.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Let your peace follow me tonight. I've been carrying weight I can't explain.
The fair use
Smiling
disclaimer.
outside,
Do not own the copyright
but
to this
inside
music.
it rains.
Section 107,
Then I
United
whisper
States
your
Copyright Laws of
name in the
1976.
quiet room, and my heavy heart starts to move. You don't leave me where I've been. You pull me close, you pull me in. And the moment I breathe you in, I feel the fight get soft again. Peace over me, peace over me. When I can't hold on, you're holding me. Peace over me, oh. Peace over me, peace over me. Your love is a place where my soul can breathe. I don't need the world to understand. I just need your touch on my hands. When the noise gets loud, you speak so low, but it changes everything I know. You're the calm inside the storm. You're the shelter, you're the warmth. So I lay it down, all my doubt, and let your mercy wrap me I can't hold on, you're holding me. Peace over me. Ooh, peace over me. Peace over me. Your love is the place where my soul can breathe. Even here, yeah, you are near. Being every tear, you appear. I don't have to be strong, 'cause you've been strong all along. So I trust, I surrender to the light of your love. Peace over me. Peace over me. Peace over me. Peace over me. Yeah. Peace over me. Your peace.
Love and light, love and light. At this time, we're going to call on Sister Berta Love for her announcement on love gifts. Sister Berta Love.
Love and light all, love and light all. I honor the God in myself as I honor the God in all of you. Love and light. As we pour our love into you, share our experience with you, as well as our time, reciprocity is not required, but appreciated with love and will be, excuse me, and it will be returned through the omniverse. Different ways that donations of love are accepted is through our website, ShalagiTurtleIsland.org, at the Black Dot Shop, where you can find products such as handmade frequency necklaces, a different pendants in a variety of stones, and many other varieties of jewelry, statues, ankhs, tribal headbands, toothpaste, bath teas, and soaps for the healing of the body. Family, keep in mind that for our class members, donations over $20 put you into the well of luck and love, where we give back $200 at the end of every month. Now, what program have you ever been in where you had a chance to receive as you give? And don't worry, we all here at Shalagi Nation have your back. If you have ever missed a Zoom, a metaphysical Bible study, wisdom from the front porch, or maybe you just want to be nosy and see what was discussed at that night, a small donation of $10 will get you that video. My family has added the ways to give in the chat for your convenience, and I would like to close with the words from Patal. We grow together, and together we achieve more. Love and light all.
Ashe, Ashe, gratitude, Sister Berta. Yes, yes. Give from the heart. Love gifts.
Gratitude.
Whatever the universe spirit puts on your heart to give, know that with the heart of gratitude in your giving, the universe will yield it back tenfold. Ashe. I'm going to see if the clan mothers would like to make an announcement on Thursday for Thursday.
Yes, 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 yes. On Thursday, we will be going live to invite all clan mothers to come out and join the 12 Universal Cosmic Laws. So I thank you all for joining us today. And if you have a sister, an auntie, a female friend, all ladies can greatly benefit from learning the 12 Universal Cosmic Laws. We are excited, pumped up about the class, and we look forward to having you, your family, your friends, nieces to come join us. And that class will be starting on March the 21st. And again, it will run for 6 consecutive Saturdays, and that will be 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 1 o'clock p.m. And now I will see if my sister, Miss Patola Bay or Mama Margaret, have anything to add to that. Please come to the stage at this time. Sister Patola? Well, until she get here, I just want to just go ahead and give an honor to our grand matriarch, which is Mama Peacock. So I'm giving honor to Mama Peacock, giving honor to our head of state, Empress, our Imperial Royal Highness Empress Chakra Rarebird, giving honor to all the children because what we do are for the children. It is for the next seven generations that we are securing the future of the next 7 generations. So we like to give an honor to our children. We give an honor to all the parents that is taking care of the children, giving honor to our emperor that takes wonderful care of our precious empress and the little baby Prince of Peace and his mom, Precious, giving honor to all of those people. And I give honor to you, the God in me. Honor, sees, and recognize the God in each and every one of you all. And with that, I will yield to my sister.
Ashe, Ashe, gratitude. Is Sister Cynthia Hudson here? Can you raise your hand?
I'm here, Violet Hawk.
I will yield it to you for your announcement.
All right. I just wanted to let everyone know that we have met the quota of getting the number of matriarchs together around the world. And it's time now to go international and to get organized internationally. And that's what we'll be embarking upon. And with that, I yield.
Ashe, open those
Ashe,
mics.
ashe.
I say, sister, I say.
Yes.
Wow,
Ashe,
wow.
Ashe.
Hey, love and light.
Very
Beautiful, beautiful,
gratitude.
beautiful, beautiful.
Ashe,
Ashe.
Beautiful.
Ashe.
Rain
Gratitude.
hand coming.
And until our dear Empress is prepared, I will put on some more music for your enjoyment until we get prepared to introduce our dear Empress. Ashe.
We're ready.
There she is. One moment.
We're ready. One moment, please, before I
Ashe.
show my face. I just need to need them to enjoy something. There we go. All right. Before we get started and I show my face, I want y'all to meditate on this. This is called we're gonna climb higher. And let me there we go. Got a lot of windows open. All right.
Easy now, young soul. Every truth takes time, but your heart already knows you were born to rise. So climb a little higher.
Come on, y'all. We got to climb a
Step
little
into the
higher.
light.
Yes, we do.
Even when the path feels heavy, keep your spirit tight. Climb a little higher, past the fear and doubt. What's waiting up ahead is worth the long way out. Hold your breath, take the ride. Storm clouds cross your lane. Rain may fall beneath your feet, but don't let it chain your flame. Slippery turns and warning signs can't decide your fate. If you trust that inner voice, you'll arrive. Just wait. Climb a little higher toward a brighter sound.
Come on.
Where the love keeps growing and your truth is found. Climb a little higher, let your worries fade. There's one heart, one people in the dreams we made. Don't take crumbs when you're meant to feast. Don't bow down to borrow life. If they say you'll never make it, let your living be the reply. Climb a little higher to a clearer day. With a spark of belief, you'll find your way. Climb a little higher, feel your power wave. If you see it in your mind, you can make it real. Hey, higher. Keep on going higher. Don't look down. Just keep climbing. Yeah, child. Keep climbing now.
Ashe. Open up your mics, everybody.
Ashe,
Ashe,
Come on, that's the
Say,
way to
Big
get us
Mama,
in the
Ashe
mood.
family.
Love
Love
and
is
light.
light. Love is light. Light. Love is
Peace.
light.
Wadoodle family.
Lovely. I'm being sitting in my seat a little more often now. See, I gotta sit in it, baby. Hey, son, how you doing? Welcome, my son Rod, to the platform. This is ours together.
Come on in, brother. Come on, I miss you.
All right, all right. Come on,
Hey,
y'all.
Welcome, Rod.
Welcome.
Oh, I do do.
Good, Chief.
Welcome,
What
Chief.
up?
Welcome.
That's right, Chief Pontiac.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome, Big Chief.
Roll the corn, Chief. Roll the corn.
I know that's right.
I
He's
love it
one
when
of
he
the
say roll the
most
corn.
hardest working sons on this planet right now. He been standing in the gap for a long time, and I know he tired because Big Mama is we right at the door, if not gone through the door. We're gonna speak on what's going on behind the scenes, because y'all know this is the only place I'm going to speak about what's going on, because otherwise y'all need to focus on get yourself together so you can be part of the change and part of the, you got to shift too. You know, do you sit, if you sitting around and you ain't doing what you need to do to handle the shift that's going on right now, you're going to be left behind and you'll be right there. So this is a time where we have made it possible for you to start to look at yourself, clean yourself up from the wreckage of the past so that you can enjoy the present, so that this present can be a gift for your future. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So, son, go ahead.
Yes, Mama. We here for it.
Ashe.
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 All right, all right. So, son, I know me and you talk in the wee hours of the AM when everybody is resting. That's the time where you and I kind of play catch up, and you help me. See, because y'all don't watch the news. I can't let it in my spirit for me to stay sitting and grounded and moving straight forward. I don't, that's my newscaster, is my son Rod. And so I'm glad that we are back together again as the game changers, the 8 ball. From now on, when we on this platform, so I'm gonna have the 8 ball behind me because I'm not in my seat upstairs. In the upper room, I call it the upper room. I'm down here in the sacerdotal seat, uh, and um, and so you know the 8 ball. You guys don't know about the 8 ball. Let me tell you about the 8 ball. Me and my son, you know, we started out over there at the metaphysical side of things, and you know, this idea, this 8 ball. I've had this 8 ball for a while, and been meaning to carry it to the graduation and speak of it, but it never happened. So one day I was looking at that 8 ball, and I got to thinking about the game changer. How do you change the game? I mean, when you join something, and maybe this could be like a kickoff, son. You know, when you come into a house somewhere, and there are house rules that you have to abide by, whether you in the gambling house or the liquor house, okay, Big Mama's house or your own house, there are rules that are set in place in the house, okay? And you come in, you either play by the rules or you gonna get thrown out, or you gonna be asked to leave or whatever. So, you know, I was thinking about the game, that pool game, you know, what a white ball, it run everything. And it kicks it off, and it's the last on the table, and if it ain't, you lose. And the black ball is the last ball on the table to even be considered. But if you knock that sucker in there before time, you lose. So I said, okay, let me look at this thing a little bit different. If you gonna be a game changer, you better be going in to change the game. You don't go to join the game the way it is, because what? You gonna lose every time. And if you don't lose, believe me, they're gonna want you to play until you do. Can I get an amen on that?
Amen. That part.
Amen. Amen. Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.
Amen.
Y'all some gamblers out there. I never look, I used to do it too, but I never let it take control of my life. I did it for fun. If I took whatever, if I lose whatever I was gonna lose, then that was the end of it. I didn't, that addictive behavior, I got to, and all of that. Nah, that wasn't me. That was me in other areas. But let me get back to the game changers. So me and Rod we represent the 8 ball. So we come in to the game already gonna change it. We didn't come to join it. We didn't come to be a part of. We came down here to change the game. Okay? So we came in and we looked at and examined, already knew what we was going to do when we came in. So we looked at the pool table. The first thing we said was, we got to do something about this white ball running the table. And then we looked at all the balls that were submissive to it. You had the odd and the even. All of them was at the mercy of the white ball. So we came in and said, we're the black ball. We're going to take all the balls off the table and we're going to put them all to the side. And we're going to deal with the white ball first. Now, we done already told the white ball, you can't have a shot in this game. You got to be sitting on the table with the black ball to keep on hitting you until you get off the table. And you don't have no retaliation against us because we running the show now. Now the game has changed. So now the black ball is on the table, face off with the white ball. If you're a good shot, you'll get it the first time. But if you don't worry about it because you'll keep on hitting it until it get in. It ain't got no choice but to allow it. After the white ball goes into the pocket, whether it's the side pockets, whether it's the middle pockets, or whatever pocket it's going to go in, it's going to go in somebody's pocket. And once that is done, guess what? The black ball take it all and go home. So that's who we are. The game changes. We are the black ball, and we run the table. So therefore, there ain't no surprises. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And that's right. I
Ashe,
say to that.
ashe.
Big Mama.
Shay.
Ashe.
Ashe.
So just know who we are on the table.
Do we
We
get
are the
into
black ball. We are the
some
8 ball. That means that you ain't gonna run us off the table because we rule the table. Ashe, hey son.
should we get into some 8 ball science?
Yeah, go ahead, get that cue stick up. Let's put the chalk on the edge of the cue stick. Go on and shoot, baby.
Okay, so we got to find the balance in all things, right? There's another game that doesn't use all the balls, where the 8 ball don't fall last. The 8 ball can remain on the table when you playing 9 ball. 9 is the finish ball. When you look at the zodiac wheel, that's called the sacred 8 ball, right? But it looks like the number 9. But when you look on the ground, it looks like the number 6.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the 6 and the 9, as above, so below, is the balance.
Mm-hmm.
And when you lay the 6 over the 9, it makes an 8.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you're looking at them both from above,
That's right.
6 over 9. The 6 over 9 being the balance is showing you the 8, and the 8 is the number of the bee, the queen bee in flight. She's looking for an 80, which is an open queen seat. And the empress is looking for an 880. An 880 is off of a 440 West Coast turnaround. It's trucker lingo. So it's a big truck rolling on the 18-wheeler in order to have a West Coast turnaround and have an 880. So the 440 to the east and the 440 back to the west give you the 880. That's called a big 50 flip. Big 50 is a waist size. So that means it's a hip toss, which takes us to wrestling. The wrestling demonstrate the champion as the title holder. The title holder, the one who holds the title, is the one who holds the alloidial title. And they can't give you the allodial title until you knock their ball in the table. But you first got to change the game. And the one who held the allodial title got their brains knocked out trying to go up against the master builder. It's a Masonic degree, the inner apprentice, fellow craft, master mason. The 3 steps of masonry opens up the floor so that you can play on the queen's board. They call the game chess. But remember, the king's board is black and red. That's just the checkerboard. So when the patriarchs thought he was a flying king and he was a badass, he ran into the queen's chamber and got stuck on a chessboard and had to play a whole different game. And as the empress rose to power, the pieces on the chessboard begin to change. The pawns, which was the daughters, start to become the divine feminine. And a flying king don't stand a chance when Big Mama turn all of the pawns into queens. Right? So it's an imperial majesty flip because only the Big Mama can do it. They got the blood and the right. And then she got to have the audacity, because she ain't the only one with the blood and the right, but she got to have the audacity that when the king say, there go Big Mama's chair right there, say, well, I'm going to go sit in it. Which takes us to, I sent Monica a couple videos to put some visuals to what we've seen, because we're about to see a repeat. On October the 10th, 97, I think it was, or was it 99? They had the Million Woman March in Philadelphia.
I think it was 99. I was there, but I wasn't aware of nothing about this, anything until I walked into it. But I was there. Who was all there at the Million Women March? I think that was in 99.
So we at the 25-year, well, they had the 25-year celebration last year. So the 2 and the 5 is the 7. The 7 is the sun. But the sun don't shine without the mother's permission, because she got to put him out there and teach him what he need to do. So Big Mama say, go razzle them, dazzle them, and show him what you can do. Big Mama passed to Big Mama until we get to the end. Right? So I had a lot of Big Mamas. Right? So they all had to give me instructions, but they couldn't tell me they was instructing me. They just having a conversation. And my monkey flipping, I got to catch the keys that they spit at the feet of the master. The wisdom of the mother spills on the head of the babes. Right? So we show these videos because when it finally happened and they give it back, I want y'all to see what it'll look like. Because this is going to accelerate the shifting of the algorithm to the understanding that Big Mama home, they telling you by government with ICE doing deportations. Why are they doing deportations? Article 77 of the Iroquois Constitution was read by a competent war chief. Get off the land. Right? So before they give it back to Big Mama, because they got to follow the rules, they got to clean up after themselves before they leave Big Mama house. Right? So they all have to clean it up. We just got to get out their way, and they send the agent provocateurs. I did a whole video on it last night. And trying to get the youth involved in interfering with the cleanup. It's going to get cleaned up. And you can be foolish enough to step in the middle of it if you want to. But if you want to roll the corn on the video, Monica, we can get some visuals and some understanding of what Rod talking about.
It's a Violet Hall, Chief. You sent it to me. I'm about to play it right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Across America, mothers and others standing together, giving birth to a movement.
We are young and old, rich and poor. We are men, women, and children demanding to be counted. We want sensible gun control legislation. We are the voice of the majority of Americans. It is time we were heard.
Up in here. We must either change the minds of these lawmakers, or for God's sake, in November, let's change the lawmakers.
You want me to play the next one? You ready for the next one?
Yeah, just playing back to back.
All right. Gotcha.
Y'all see all them women out there? Can you pause that right there for a second? In my ancestral memory, they used to have something called the March of the Matriarchs or the March of the Mayors. This is when all of the land was ran by town mothers. The town mother was to direct resources. So when the grand matriarch wanted to allocate the resources, she'd call all of the matriarchs to Philadelphia. That's how Congress Hall got to be the capital. And it would look like this every 4 to 6 years or so. She put the call out, all of the tribal mothers, they come here. And the ones who was what they call territorial representatives was represented as the elephant. Most people don't know that the elephant is native to North America. It's not native to Africa. It's not native to India. Most of us don't know that the main lion that you see in Africa is not native to Africa. It's native to North America. Most of us don't know that the camel and the horse is not native to Asia and Europe and Africa. They native to over here. So once you understand that, you understand why if we go back to the oldest contract, the gender contract of the earth, where the mothers just got the right at the close of the age to reestablish government. This is all written in your Declaration of Independence. Whenever the government becomes self-serving to these ends, it's the duty of the people to call on the spirits of the earth, which is the higher power. The highest power is Big Mama. When all of the mothers come together, this is what you see. You can play it. Roll the corn.
They said this could not be done. They said we did not have names. They said we did not have money. They said we did not have PR. But what we do have is power. You start thinking about love, and you will truly love. Your love.
Speechless.
So when they give it back, we're gonna see it all over again. Only this time, it's gonna be more focused. It's gonna be more orderly, and somebody gonna have to sit in the sacerdotal seat and talk to the women there. And it ain't me, because I got an Audi. I don't got an any. This is a new era of vagina monologue, where the divine feminine now get to say that now that we got it back, we got to change the game.
You know, and so the black ball represents, the black 8 ball represents me during the game changer. And if you all remember, on May the 5th, I think it might have been May the 5th, I'm not sure, that weekend, a Mother's Day weekend, a couple of years ago, I sat in the seat at the hall. And of course, people thought I was going to sit in it on Monday. But sometimes you got to fool the enemy. I knew what I was going to do when I was going to do it. What my mouth said ain't what I did. I did it on that Friday, I believe, or that Saturday that we were there. And of course, Vinay and Lady Dancer's son were on each side of the seat that belongs to us, that they shut us down and, as they would say, synodized. Synodized means without a return date. And they moved the government to what we know now as Washington, D.C. Well, Washington, D.C. sits on Cherokee land. Let me tell you what all sits on that land over there. The Pentagon, the House, the Senate House, the U.S., these talking about U.S. people, and the White House. So that's why they gave me back the 3 million acres, so that they could start cleaning house, saying that Big Mama want her land back. That means your time is up. You gotta get up and get out. They blocked the international Interpol from coming over here at all costs. But they don't know that there's workings inside out. And we know that they're not the true government. They're corporate. We have nothing to do with them at all. And that our seats are in Philadelphia. So we will take our seats back in Philadelphia, and we will assemble, and we will come back into session for all tribal nations all over the world. Our seats that are international seats, as you know, they mimic it, and I'm going to pull that up while my son come back with what he needed to say on this subject matter, and I'll be back with you shortly.
So when they give it all back, this is what they was talking about. It was going to be delegations coming in from around the world. They just didn't tell you about the galactic delegations that's going to be coming from other worlds. Because when Earth was freed from the 6,000-year tyranny, we ain't just free us. We freed a whole lot of other systems that was under the same restricted will control of a rogue patriarch. Right? So when they give it back, this is why he talking about it. We gonna have so much money. We gonna, instead of charging people tax, we gonna be giving people checks. right? We got to get out their way and let them clean it up. That ain't got nothing to do with us. They got to clean it up. Big Mama don't want her house back with dishes in the sink, dirty linen on the beds, rugs all kicked up, dishes all in the living room, dishes in the bathroom. Like, what the hell you doing with dishes in the bathroom? Like, just put it back in order. You had your fun. You tore up the house. Okay. I told y'all when I came, I'm coming out because Big Mama coming home, and we got to get this shit in order. All of the tribal mothers across the lands is represented knowingly or unknowingly. Some of them just busy taking care of a whole bunch of grandbabies and great grands. They ain't got time to be seeing what we doing. But when the right time come, they come. They got their little trainee in the arm with them, the little matriarch in training, and she showing up and showing out. It's a whole lot of mothers got a whole lot of grievances.
Yeah.
And like I told them before, I said, y'all think that y'all really doing something? What if all these soldiers that love their mama told them to come home? Who gonna fight y'all war? All the mamas just like, nah, we ain't feeling that. I ain't finna. We not sending my son to die for no oil. F your oil. I'm not sending my son to die for some real estate somewhere that belong to somebody else. Get them people they stuff because it belong to them and get off their land. Just like we need the imposters, the frauds, and perpetrators to get off this land. We need all of the pro-African people that want to fight for African liberation to go fight for African liberation in Africa where they need you the most. And all you melanated native organic originals of Americas, focus on your fight. They giving it back. They told you with the Indigenous Rights Acts what you had to do and what they was giving back. Everything. It's all in there. This is not government land. This is tribal land. This is where our ancestors is buried from coast to coast for millions of years of being here. Some of our ancestors were so great that they post-mortem energy required us to build a ceremonial site in order to continue to revel in the energy of that ancestor long after they've been physically gone. Because we all gonna check out, but we got some stuff coming down the pike that we just might not have to unless we want to. Mm-hmm. So some people want to stay, some people don't. Right? But when one thing got to happen, the BS got to stop. That's one thing got to happen. And they got to give it back. Universal law dictates it. And that override all of the man's laws.
So can you speak about the man-made laws and what they did to the women on the land when men got involved and started to turn everything into the masculine energies?
Yeah, so when the colonizers first came, they wouldn't talk to the women because they'd seen women as inferiors as taught through the church. Over here, when they got here, the women was our political structure base. But they had to push the war chiefs, the male war chiefs out front because the people was very disrespectful to the women and aggressive, but they wasn't the same way to the men. We had systems that already under the matriarchy before they came. And when they came, they wanted to put us under a patriarchal system of law. We call it Uniform Commercial Code Admiralty Law. Right? But the original law was referred to as the law of the land or the common law. The common law was the law that applied to all of the tribes, right? But then you had your tribal jurisdiction where you had other laws that the tribes laid down. They took our blueprint from the Iroquois Constitution in the what's that other constitution? The Cherokee Constitution from the Continental Congress. And they used them as the blueprint to rework their system to mimic ours. You can't have a Congress of men. Congress is a meeting of women, mothers, mayors. If you can even Google it in the equestrian world, a Congress of mayors is when all of the females get together. That's where the whole term come from. The whole idea come from when the women come together at Congress Hall. It's the meeting of the mayors. They come in to bring gifts to the grand matriarch and to say what resources in the geographical area that's under their control is in need of. This is where they solve community problems. There was no starvation. There was no people sleeping on the streets. And wasn't none of that. They brought that from Europe. There were no vassals here. Everybody over here was free until they came. We did not know what it was like to not be free before 1492 over here, when the rest of the world was going through serfdom and Slavic detention that became known as slavery. By the very definition of the word, if you ain't from Yugoslavia, you can't be a slave. Right? So you had to be something else. They just gave you the name slave to confuse you and to put you in the position of a victim. Who's a prisoner of war because we was kicking some ass. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't understand why our ranks kept swelling instead as theirs was shrinking. Because we had the Big Mama card. That's how I knew where I was looking in order to find Big Mama. Because we got the original card of Florida, which then stretched from Louisiana and most of the Carolinas was all Florida. Georgia, Arkansas, Alabama. That was all the way to back. That was called Florida and West Florida. Right? Because we was under we was fighting with the Spanish. They called it that. But we called it Mother Earth. We didn't divide it up like that. They divided it up like that to break us up and to try to control us, sectioning us off, fighting us over here, conquering a little bit at a time. This didn't happen in no overnight session. A lot of the states was only made states when in the 1900s. During the 1776, they hadn't even crossed the Appalachians yet. Because anybody that did wasn't coming back home. Yeah. So that's why they had the Lewis and Clark expedition, led by B. and Bay. He was their translator. His feds sitting up there in George Washington Memorial of the clowns that came over here with the shenanigans. That's why they had to keep him on display. We had to know who we was fighting. They put us all together and called us one thing. And we're supposed to all still believe we one thing. We're not. All the tribes don't have the same belief system. Right? Nation of Islam got beliefs that I don't, it's not part of growth and development, where I was originally from. Right? The Nuwabians got doctrine that's not part of our doctrine. I studied it, but it's not part of our doctrine. We got our own literature.
That's right.
Right? But I can't talk to all of the tribes if I don't know what they're talking about. But once I know what all of them talking about, they all got the same grievance. Somebody need to get mama house cleaned up. The whole concept of being blackballed is getting put out of the lodge system. Right? So if they think you one of us, you blackball. They exile you from learning from them what they call the ceremonial rights, because they don't want you to reclaim what's yours. So they blackball you. right? The black ball is referred to as the stone that the builders rejected. Now that it's a stone the builders rejected, it's become the chief cornerstone. Let's get it on and cracking. The cornerstone ain't the cornerstone no more. It's the capstone.
Right.
It's the great arc.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing how they take something. And of course, I can't, and I'm gonna keep looking for it while we're speaking, like the shift of language, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the United Nations that's sitting in New York, and that is the United Nations for the corporations. That's not where the League of Nations, which sits in I think Switzerland, and those are where all the nations, the sovereign nations. See, you have to really realize how they play uh, word games with us by leaving a word out can really make all the difference in how we understand something. And you have to see things deeper than what the eye can see, these two eyes can see and know. So when you look at the United Nations and their emblem is blue and ours is gold, they look alike, but they're not alike in nature and in spirit and in truth, right? And so all the sovereign nation seats are still sitting empty over there because they shut that down and created uh, the United Nations in New York. And our seats are still sitting over there empty. So that's some of the work that has to be done so that all nations all over the world, all over the lands, can meet. We got to take those seats back there too. They did a number on us.
You gotta remember, in Switzerland is where the enemy was hiding. That's why they stopped all political operations of all of the nations in the Swiss territory, because that's why they was the only neutral country, because they was financing both sides of all of the wars.
Mm.
So anytime there's one of the groups of tribes start waking up, they send in the assassins and warlords, right? And then to try to keep them asleep, they sent you in people they call priests,
Mm.
right? And reverends and deacons and shit. And they all came in to keep you seduced mentally so you won't think for yourself. They was hitting you from multiple directions to dumb you down. It's just that your intelligence is so high that when they told you what the concept was, you got it. So now you can play dumb on them. They don't realize that we done woke up now, and they still thought we was the same level of ignorance that our great grandparents was, and they got us sadly mistaken. Before you had an indigo child, right? You have to send in what's called the Onyx generation. This is Generation X. The Onyx stone is the protection stone. That means you got to send in all of the black balls to overrun the table with black balls. And all the black balls get to play the game from the outside, free of contracts, free of obligations to foreigners and other people's interests. We can represent the collective interests of all of the ones who's been stolen from, like us. And that's why Tupac say we back for everything they owe. And my little 2 cents say they so happen to owe us everything.
Everything. So when we speak of they owe us everything and it has to be brought back in the condition, uh the original state of being, and as we Lady Dancer, myself, Brown Bear and Bridget and Christina, and now Frida and has joined us, and we have Dominion, they tried to write, you have to understand that United States codes and a US code, they got all these different places that they pull the codes from, but we got the title. And we have title. And believe me, when you start using and looking at the US code versus the title, you're going to start seeing the difference. They look similar, but they're not the same. And they left holes and gaps of numbers out to represent the fact that when they come back for government that we're sitting on, we have reserved rights to take it all back.
And that's anybody want to read where we had to serve eviction, go to the internet, look up the Iroquois Constitution, Constitution of the Longhouse. Go to Article 77
I got
and read
that.
it.
I pulled it up short, just a few minutes ago. Give me a second. I pull it back up. There we go. And
All
this,
of their treaties arrangements was predicated upon this. If they don't live up to their part of the bargain, the war chief's supposed to read this into the public domain, which this has already been done, but we just want to show y'all what it is. Go ahead, Empress.
okay. Okay, so here's the Article 77. I just kind of pulled it up on Googled it. And if you would, someone, if you want to read it, sign. You have to unmute yourself. You're muted.
Okay. It say Article 77 of the Iroquois Constitution, Great Law of Peace, outlines the conditions for adopting foreign nations into the Confederacy. It mandates that such adoptions are temporary, and the new nation must not interfere with, injure, or violate the rules of the five nations. Violations result in annulment of adoption. In the actual article, it goes into actually telling you. Here we go, right here. Up a little bit too far. There you go. This is what it actually say. When the lords of the Confederacy decide to admit a foreign nation and an adoption is made, the lords shall inform the adopted nation that its admission is only temporary. That's why they only had a 200-year contract. They shall also say to the nation that it must never try to control, to interfere with, or to injure the five nations, nor disregard the peace or any of its rules or customs, that in no way should they cause disturbance or injury. They should should the adopted nation disregard these injunctions, their adoption shall be annulled and they shall be expelled. The expulsion shall be in the following manner. The council shall appoint one of their war chiefs to convey the message of annulment, and he shall say, you named all of these frauds that's on the land, United States Corporation, and their associates, subsidiaries, and anybody else they're associated with.
We just go ahead and
Listen,
do that right now.
listen to me while I say, listen to me while I speak. I am here to inform you again of the will of the Five Nations Council. It was clearly made known to you at a former time. Now the lords of the Five Nations have decided to expel you and cast you out. We disown you now and annul your adoption. Therefore, you must look for a path in which to go and lead away all your people. It was you, not we, who committed wrong and caused this sentence of annulment. So then go your way and depart from the territory of the 5 nations and from the Confederacy. And that was already put in the public domain. And this is why you're seeing them clearing the land of all of the ones undocumented. Because the ones that's actually documented that didn't come over here with the ones who came at first, they can have an opportunity to be recognized by the tribal mothers and given roam the land. But the ones who came that they call $5 Indians, they not staying. They already deporting half their ass now. The
Yeah,
ones
they've
that
been
took
living off
sides
the
with
backs
us,
of us.
now they calling us frauds and they getting deported. Make it make sense. They saying we ain't the original people of the land, but they the ones getting deported. And see, it be looking like I don't know what I be talking about because I be so far ahead of the curve sometimes. But when you come around the curve and say, lo and behold, that's the whole billboard sign right there. Just like you told me I was going to see it, I see it. And I'm not prophesying. It's not psychic, it's math, deductive reasoning. It's critical thinking, practical problem solving. What do this mean? If you see this, it got to mean this because this is what it's for. That's why you put everything in its right place and it run the way it's supposed to run. And that's why all of the tribes want the matriarchy back. Because it'll let our men be men and our women be women once again. And we can turn our war story into a love story. Hallelujah.
Can I
I
get
say,
an
I say, I say.
Amen.
Ashe.
Hallelujah.
Ashe.
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 Hey, I say, I say.
Ashe. Ashe.
Amen.
Right on.
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe.
I say,
Ashe.
brother, I
I
say.
say, I say,
And we can turn
glory,
that war story into a love story.
glory.
yes. Right. So
Yes, hallelujah.
so just
Hallelujah.
just know it's already done. The cleanup is going on, and sometimes I have to call my son in 2 or 3 o'clock in the a.m. before he hit that bed, and just speak to him, and because he knows sometimes uh I get weary, of I'm ready to I get a little antsy, just a little, but keeping my composure of making sure that the matriarchs are when you asked us to call for all matriarchs, and we was up from 7 until about 3 or 4 that a.m. bringing all the matriarchs in from all over the world, and so we've met the quota, as they would say, of now we got to now put it in motion and put things in order. And as we do that, Cindy came to me and brought this up. And it was amazing because Hugh Harmony and her consort Daryl, I said by spring I'm gonna have a new look and a new backdrop and all that. It's all old is gonna pass away and the new is gonna be shining bright as the morning star.
Yeah.
I say, I say, I say.
I say, man.
So we watching it all unfold in real time. It's like we really, but sometimes you be so close to the fire that you can't see the wood burning,
Yeah.
and it be burning like a mud. Like it look like it's ain't no wood in there; it's just ashes. No, you see the wood; it's just being consumed by the fire.
I say. So I want to now, if possible, son, we can open up for Q&A. Cause now I'm gonna tell y'all, when I calculated, me being, in front and sitting eating the seat upstairs, up in the upper room, 14 days straight. Okay, so Big Mama feeling a little like she need a little bit more rest. So we're not gonna be long, y'all, because I gotta come back tomorrow night and do the check-in. And then there's Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday all over again. So I just want everybody to be mindful that I don't want to feel run down again. I'm starting to feel that a little bit. So I'm asking everybody to ask your question and then let the next person come and ask theirs too, so that we can finish a little early tonight. Okay?
Ashe. Ashe.
First hand is Mama Delarice.
Love and light family. Hi, Ron. I miss you so much. Ron, I only had one question. What Trump is doing, by the things he's doing, how far is he going to be able to go without somebody stopping him, or something happen where he can't do it?
He got whatever it takes to get Big Mama back her shit. He got free reign of the earth.
Okay.
He can go stick his chest out any way he want to, and they can't do nothing about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Donald J, liquidator in chief. He came to dismantle the corporation, the most skilled negotiator in the business community, the most skilled bankruptcy recovery and liquidator. He become the liquidator in chief. We watched him get trained. Shit, we already pointed that out. He knew he had to come in and fire a lot of people. He done fired about 90% of the IRS already. He fired
Can you
half
tell
the
them why?
FBI. What's that?
I said, can you tell them why they done fired all them IRS agents?
How they operating in a fraud against the American people, and the military is shutting them down systematically. They just trying to figure out how to use the network that they developed to exploit us and reverse the flow of finances through it. They just gonna change the name. It won't be the IRS, but they will have their resource capability instead of to take money from us, but to give money to us. It's gonna be an internal revenue service, if anything. External revenue service.
Yeah. I see.
Sister Deborah. Your mic is muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
My question is to Rod. Can you explain?
What happened?
She's I think she got a bad connection. We might have to come back to her. We have a bad connection. Can you speak now? I think you may be muted. I'm not sure.
You hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay, my question is to Rod. Can you explain exactly who is ICE and what they're all about?
ICE is the ones responsible to get anybody on the land that's not supposed to be here. But they not just going after what you calling, what they showing you on the news is a controlled narrative of the opposition. They also getting sex traffickers, drug dealers, all these foreigners that came over here to do their dirt. They rounding them all up. Scammers, con artists, they all got to go. Anybody that came over here doing any type of dirt, they got to go. We got to go back to the proper order of the land. That's why we have to get rid of a lot of people that don't belong here. They'll be able to come back later if Big Mama set up a system. But as of right now, before they give it back, they got to get as many of the frauds off the land as possible. But the ones they not reporting is the big fish they catch. Those are CEOs and judges and stuff like that. They reporting it, but it's sparse and it's always on back channels. They don't want the public to really see what's taking place. So when it comes out, the places where you get accurate, descriptive information have already prepared you for what you see. So when you see it, you won't be shocked. But all the other people are going to be like, what the hell just happened? But that's what their job is.
I say. So that's why I say you can't believe they got to have the narrative, the drama for entertainment purposes only. That's why you don't be sitting and looking at that, because that's not what's really going on. The people that want to put that narrative out there want to make y'all think that ICE is taking the children and doing all kind of stuff. And it's just all role playing. That's not true about what's going on. These people, do you know how long they've been letting people come over here and live off of us? It's been a long time coming. That boatloads of people from other places have came here and took our places and made us enslaved. See, that's the other thing I wanted to say. We're not slaves. We were enslaved. And that's the difference. We were free people, like he said. So free people being enslaved is different than being slaves. The Slavs is what they were talking about. They were the ones that came over here as indentured servants and all of that and took our places. And all the corporations that they set up during the World Fair, that was a career fair. That wasn't a fair what you thought it was. So enslaved people is what we are, enslaved, not the narrative of us having rags on our head and out there picking cotton and doing all of that. We were princesses and prince and queens, Queen, not Quan. And we were emperors. We were all of it. We just wasn't feather wearing people that stayed in teepees or all the narrative that they have been showing us, because it's coming out. We wasn't never them people. I yield.
That was the storyline that they were using to confuse us, because we got castles that's 2,000-3,000 years old all across the land.
Well, what
They
you
just
talking about, like Bigmore House? That was ours.
Yeah. Yep. So what we fail to realize, if you go back before 1492 and look at who was making the best fabrics, we were. This is where Egyptian cotton came from. Right? So we was already picking cotton long before that, but it was a family job. It was the family farm. They the ones that taught us it was a plantation, the plan for their nation. Right? To make us believe that our family farms was a slave colony that they didn't set up full of slaves, when that's BS. Right? So I'm trying to find me. I'm thinking about writing a screenplay to explain all of it, so it'd be easier to tell the story than for me trying to explain it to people. They need visuals. So that's why we showed them the Million Woman March. Right? And you heard The first video they was talking about all of the mothers. Look, they couldn't get a drunk driver longer than a year in jail until these women called MAD got together, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. And they went on a tear. Now they giving guys 20 and 30 years for vehicular homicide now when they used to couldn't give them longer than a year.
Now we want us women to know that there's power that's within us. That's why they wanted to dumb us down, because they knew that they could use our energy to create their reality. Because without the women, their reality could not be created. And so you have to understand what the protocol is now. Because when I call for the Million Women March, we ain't gonna be just standing somewhere. I'm calling for the Million Women March to come to Philadelphia and sit in our seats. We ain't gonna be somewhere standing around having no, it's all right to have a gathering and we have all the people coming to the podium. No, we're coming to Philadelphia to sit back in our seats. And if we have to be escorted there by the National Guard to get those so-called workers who do the tours out of the way, and the police have to stand down in Philadelphia, the sheriffs got to stand down in Philadelphia, they're gonna either help us or they're gonna get locked up. Because we coming back to Philadelphia, and this time we're gonna sit in every empty seat there is.
I say, I say, I say.
Sure.
Mama.
I say.
And so when we organize and it's time for us to go, we've been there one time and I sit in the seat. This and had Vinay and Carbon Star and Lady Dancer's son, we will go back and we will sit in the seats and the rest of them. We will sit there and we're gonna organize and we're gonna take our rightful places, and they won't be empty anymore. Because once we set in them, then that means we're back in session. So be looking out for Big Mama to call the matriarchs back to Philadelphia.
You ain't gonna have to call them. The government gonna tell y'all that they finna return it to the tribal mothers, and they gonna tell y'all what day they gonna meet y'all in Philadelphia. You ain't got to plan nothing. That's gonna be a government plan.
I say, y'all get ready.
I say.
I say we ready.
I say.
I proved it beyond the shadow of a doubt for those who were in Philadelphia. When I called the matriarchs of Philadelphia, I just went up there and sat in my seat. And I wasn't afraid. Ma'am, you're not supposed to be up there. Yes, I am. Just wait a minute. Let them take the picture. But ma'am, no. And I saw everybody rushing up to him. He stood down. You just go give a tour of something that belongs to us. And then try to keep us from being what we need to be. They ours. And the corporations get the police. They did call the police. And they had a talk with me. And when they got through talking to me, they stood down. They had to. They're our seats.
See, my mama used to tell me, if you do what I tell you, baby, you ain't gonna have to fight nobody. I'd be like, what is you even talking about, mom? So I'm just gonna do what you said. So when we look at it now, the reason we don't gotta fight nobody is because we right. We right. Not for no other reason other than we right. right? And to be in the position of right make you the righteous. You right. Dude, we don't operate on this current governmental structure that's here now. That's not our ways. That's foreign ways and was over here by a force of arms of warfare.
Let me say this since you said that. Many folks, son, they're gonna have to the post-traumatic, post-war, that is, see, most people mind gotta catch up. They still think all that is still going on that's been going on. And so what would you say about that? Because of course we're doing the 12 cosmic law and the 12 steps of sovereignty. But we just need a big saturation of folks just coming in, bringing their minds up to where we are now.
I've been saying this for a couple years. Shock and awe will wake your ass up if you still sleep. Shock and awe is when they finally come out and just do an information dump on the public. Everybody who ain't been paying attention and thought that this conspiracy theorist was crazy, check this out. And they dump massive amounts of truth in the mainstream information tunnel. This is what they about to do. They get back to back. They go tell you Obama just got arrested. They just served a arrest warrant on Bill and Hillary Clinton. The Podesta files is now open. All of the Clinton emails, she's being charged with. This is going to be one thing after another, back to back to back to back.
I say
they gotta give it to them. And this is the age of Aquarius, the age of knowing. They got to tell the truth now. They can't hide behind the lies.
I say. Any more questions?
There are no more hands.
All right. Well, son, we can get some rest tonight.
Yes, sir.
Let me find our closest song.
I didn't pick one this time.
We have one hand just went up. Oh, it went back down.
Yeah.
She took it down.
Okay, so I'm getting ready to take it home for us. Is Mother Peacock here tonight?
No, ma'am, she's not here. She's resting at a retreat.
Okay.
And sends her love.
Okay, we did honor her in the beginning, did we not?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
Okay, then. All right. Let me see. There we go.
They probably didn't notice even Big Mama got a Big Mama.
Say that again, son.
I said they probably ain't noticed, but even Big Mama got a Big Mama.
Yeah, I got one. I better have one. All right. Let me go down. All right, here we go. So can you say that copyright thing again, Bridget? I don't think we have to worry about this because they hear this music right here. But just in case.
Yes, ma'am. The fair use disclaimer. We do not own the copyright to this music. Section 107, United States Copyright Laws of 1976. Ashe.
I say. It's called Tomorrow's Morning Light.
sacred ground. Call it progress, let the rivers drown. Smoke in the sky like a silent plea. Still we act like we don't see. How many signs do we need to read before the truth breaks through our sleep? Everybody feel that warming light, flashing red in the dead of night. If we miss it now, there's no rewind. This is the edge of the line. Everybody feel that warming light. Yeah. Little sister looking for a brother. Mama, mama waiting in another line. Father worn by the weight of hours, trying to borrow a piece of time. World spins fast but leaves them behind. Says don't worry, then raises the pride. They feel that warming light, flashing red in the dead of night. If we miss it now, there's no rewind. This is the edge of the line. Everybody feel that warning light. We dance to a rhythm we don't control. Trade our future for a little gold. Laugh today, then we wonder why the young grow old before their time. Screens glow bright, but the room feels cold. Too many stories never told. Food costs more than a man can earn. Love gets lost while the engines burn. Some feel safe, some live scared. No room left, nobody's there. They feel that warning light, buzzing loud in the back of the mind. If we don't change how we live and choose, tomorrow's gonna choose for you. Everybody feel that warmth is pouring on. We all feel it. Who's alone? Too many children. Can we turn this thing around? Only if we stand our ground. Yeah. That warning line. That warning line.
Well, I trust that you all have got a little bit more food and fed from Big Mama's seat, because seat is sitting in the kitchen stand in the pots. And I trust that you all will take into consideration that the work, the foundation part of the recovery and the redemption process, the reconstruction, the reuniting and reconnecting, all the reads, okay? It's already there. All we got to do is make the connection and move forward as women. We get in our rightful places in divine order and bring divine light through the love and the caring and the sharing that we all have the ability to do. I myself have learned a lot on this journey. and everybody's have their journey and they have their path. And I trust that the ladies, the women, that you learn your power and know your power. Know your power of your birthright, RITE, the blood right. That we have the blood right because we got minister cycles, y'all. I just want to just put that out there. So it's not about the color or race, creed, none of that. But if you have what I call, and I again will say, because I'm not gonna bite my tongue, Coochieville. If you have Coochieville, raise your voice up right now and say, I've got the coochie power to change the dynamics of my life and the earth. Come on, ladies, please.
Don't mind, I will. I got
The coochie power to change the dynamics of
Oh,
my
mama, here
life.
I am. I stand up with my
Power
coochie.
to
coochie
change the
power,
earth.
mama.
Yeah, I
Power
ain't
to
gonna
change
lie.
the earth.
I say,
Power
I got
rules.
the coochie.
I say power.
Power.
So welcome to Coochieville, because everything is going to be about us and our power of their to and their from. So recognize your power as a woman and that we are one and not a one of many. Out of something means that it came out of us. Everything came out of us. Even the fact that we created this mess with them using our power to do it and our gifts. So now we don't have to allow no one to misuse our energies because our energies are needed and required in other places. And I love all of you all, and I bid you all a rechargeable night and love and light to you. Bridget, you got something?
Love you too,
Love
Empress.
you too.
Light to you.
Good night.
Who gets some
Go
rest?
home, family. Love you so much.
Love and light.
To the Empress.
Gratitude.
Love and light, family.
Gratitude.
Like,
Love and light, Big Mama.
Love and light. Yawa
Peace
I
and
say,
love. Nightfall.
love and light, divine matriarch, stand strong and in one, and let's stand together and strong and confident and take our back. I say, ending the live.